Hi, my name is Michelle Haefele. I live in District 6. And I'd like to talk about surveys. The city frequently uses surveys with a question format called a Likert scale or Likert style scale that uses a series of response options to gauge support for something or rate a proposal. So you might ask, how do you prefer your weather? It is so self-evident in the academic literature that it almost never appears except to note that it induces bias. The scale or the response options must be symmetrical. For example, if you say present an option of very hot, you need very cold on the other end. It can't go very hot, cool. It's biased. In at least two recent examples of the city has used non-symmetrical response options to these types of questions. The Civic Assembly participants had like 20 questions using a scale that went from strongly agree, somewhat agree, neutral and don't know were lumped, that's not proper, and then disagree. It's biased. It's biased towards the positive end. The Sound in the City survey, which is currently open, asks, how supportive are you of amplified sound at public events? That is a biased question in and of itself. But then the response options are strongly supportive, somewhat supportive, neutral, somewhat opposed. And then it depends on the event. Again, it is strongly biased towards the positive end. You cannot use this kind of input for public to gauge public policies. Sample size is also an issue. 20 people is too small to generalize to the Fort Collins population. That's a glorified focus group. The other issue, the issue with the Sound in the City, is it's wide open, online, anyone can take it as often as they want. So you might get a sample size of sufficient quantity, but it's not a random sample. So again, you cannot use these kinds of inputs to gauge public policy. And it may not be news to you. Some people, many people, are strongly opposed or strongly disagree with a lot of the things that are brought before us by you all in recent years. So I ask that you get some professional people to design your surveys or stop using them altogether. Thank you.
Thank you.